Hi, this is Eric Dobson from the upcoming site pianolikeapro.com. I just wanted to post this video in response to a post I saw in the Piano World forums by Mateusz Ian, asking about filling in chords and making chords more interesting, maybe than just playing things very basic with just straight chords. Now, one of the methods I use is to think of my hands as a drum set. A couple of my influences, you see I have the Elton John book up almost all the time. Ben Folds, and they're very percussive players. Ben Folds was actually a percussion major in college. So a lot of heavy rhythm and drumming influenced playing. And so what I like to do is, no matter the style, and this is something that can help you play more stylistically correct in a form maybe you're not familiar with. If you get thrown in and you're going to play a rock song or a Latin song, I mean, there's some crazy rhythms in Latin music, but this can apply to any of that. And what I do is think of my hands like a drum set. At the most basic level, you've got your left hand as the kick drum and your right hand on just a basic triad as the snare. So for rock music, you could play really basic rhythms just to get a feel for how this would work. Just listen to the song that you're trying to play, focus in on the drums. What's the kick drum doing? What's the bass drum doing? Mimic that with your left hand. That's what bass players in bands do, is they're really locked in with that kick drum. So that's what you want for your left hand. Right hand, just listen for the snare. It's pretty straightforward. So I mean, that can get to, like I said, any style you want. Sounds a little cheesy now, but if you kind of mix it up and put it in the right context, the right style song you're going to play, it can really make you sound good, and it's just basic rhythms that you can practice. Now, for fills or something a little more complicated, I'll break it up where I think of my left hand as two drums. I'll just play octaves still, but you have the pinky and the thumb, so there's two. And then I'll break up the chord like you're used to doing. Just a basic idea like that. Okay, so I'm going to play the thumb and the top two notes. So now I've got four drums, if you will, where you can do fills. So when you listen to something, the tom fills and more of rhythmically interesting, keep saying fill, but that is the word. You can kind of mimic that with those four drums. So as an example, there's a Ben Folds song called Jane, and when I play that solo, sometimes I'll do a little more of that rhythmic filling to kind of make it feel more of the groove. Just a quick example of that. So just something like that. You've got the coming out of his solo going back. I'm just taking the same D minor chord here and going up the inversions with a little bit of rhythm thrown in. Okay? And then the other one, just something, as I said, 1, 2, 3. Just something like that. There's another Ben Folds tune. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's really 1, 2, 3. Just going back and forth in different patterns. So really just take drums as your inspiration for that. A follow-up as part of that post was asking about strong hands, your hands getting tired, definitely an issue for a lot of players, beginning to intermediate, if they haven't really been shown how to develop the hand strength. So I'll just give a couple of really quick pointers. When you're playing a chord, you want that nice relaxed curve to your hand. Two things to think about that'll help develop a good solid tone and slowly build up strength. One, this first knuckle in each of your fingers should never bend backwards when you're playing. A lot of times you'll play with a flat finger and it kind of bends. My hands almost won't do it, just from all the practicing. It should never bend backwards when you're playing. So that's the first thing to just watch out for, is that keep that first knuckle curved. Second thing, make sure you're playing to the bottoms of the keys. A lot of people think that you play a key right here where you touch it. You need to play it all the way through to the bottom so that you play the chord and you can feel the bottom of the key bed. Just those two things, they're simple. It'll get you started on the right track. So that nice curve, that first knuckle's not bent back, and you're playing solidly, feel the bottoms of the keys. And other than that, just don't tense up. If you're getting tired, it's because you're tense. And there's no other reason. So just pause, feel where you're tense, try and relax, and just play nice rounded fingers all the way to the bottoms of the keys, and you'll get it. And again, these rhythms are great for building up strength too, because you can just play something basic. Okay? And practice that shape and just build up the endurance. Eventually, you'll get it. So that's my two things I wanted to respond to real quick today. Nothing professional here, just threw this together. So yeah, think of your hands like the drums, really listen to the song you're trying to learn, and just watch that hand shape and play to the bottoms of the keys. I know you asked about scales too in the post. Huge topic. I mean, I did want to demonstrate, you said changing between chords. Had the idea that's kind of what you were asking about. Bottom line, you have to know your scales. Gotta know them. There's no other way around it. And problem is, the way scales are traditionally taught, that's great. You know your scale. You can practice it 1,000 times. It doesn't make it usable. So there's two things. First, you do have to know them. You have to learn them in the same old up and down way, and know all 12 of them. But there are other ways you can practice that make them more useful. They'll be right there on the tips of your fingers, ready to play and fill in and do what you need to do. It's kind of a much bigger topic than I can cover right now. That's also something I do plan to cover more in my site that I'm putting up. So I just wanted to give a couple quick tips. I hope this helps. And definitely, if you have any other questions, I'll be around the forums. And you can also contact me through ericdobson.com or leave a comment here on the YouTube video. So I hope it helps, and good luck.